I'm going to do a cream bronzer, how and why you need to use one. This is probably another one of my top questions, and I'm Liz, and I do a lot of makeup tutorials on here. Cream bronzers are way better than powder bronzers. If you're not using a bronzer at all, I recommend starting with a cream bronzer. If you're not using a bronzer at all, I recommend getting one. Right now I'm just wearing my cream foundation, and I wear cream makeup from Seint Beauty. So if you ever interested in the makeup I use, there's a link in my profile. You can get a color match from me, you can shop my makeup, or you can send me a message and I'll be happy to help you. It is legitimately hands down the best makeup I've ever used. And that's the bronzer we're gonna go over today too. So let me start by saying that cream bronzer gives you a much more realistic skin-like look. So it makes you have that kind of lit with from in look, a glow, a dewy finish, and it just moves with your skin. So powders can tend to, like powder bronzers or powder makeup, can tend to settle into your fine lines and wrinkles. It can, you know, adhere to dry, patchier areas, you know. So I strongly recommend cream makeup and cream bronzers, especially if you have mature skin. So I'm going to show you a couple things. First, where to apply a cream bronzer, where you want to apply it, how you can use it, and the different kinds, the different shades. So Bella cream bronzer, and I have two right here, is what I use, and it's a pretty universal shade. Unless you're very fair, I would just, or very dark, I would just stick with Bella bronzer. It will typically work. And my favorite brush to use is the blush and bronzer brush, but I also like to use the contour, like detail brush, to apply cream bronzer as well. Also, I'm going to kind of demo it on both sides of my face and show you. But right now, I feel like my face looks dewy and it looks natural, but it doesn't have that glow yet. So adding the bronzer is going to just give you more dimension and more glow. So I strongly recommend adding it into your routine. And I'm also going to show you on the cheeks how you can just kind of create some glow by combining your bronzer with an illuminator and your lip and cheek color. Now, if you're very fair, Tan Lines is the bronzer you want to use. If you're very dark, I would go Heat Waves for that really deep skin tone. But these two also make really good, like Tan Lines makes a great eyeshadow for me. Heat Waves makes a really good blush for me, as well as lip color. I really like those. So first with the detail brush, I'm going to go into my cream bronzer, and I'm going to do this side of my face with this brush, and I'm just going to kind of apply it right here. I already have contour on, and I'm wearing kind of a warmer contour color today. Indigo is what I normally wear, and then olive. These are my two contour colors. Olive is a little bit more warmer color of contour, which is what bronzer is. Bronzer is warmer, where contours are typically on the cooler side. So that's how they differentiate. A lot of people will say, well, why can't I just use my contour as a bronzer or vice versa? Well, because your contour is typically cooler toned and bronzer is supposed to warm you up, so you want more warmer tones. Okay, so I also place it right here and down here on my chin. You want to put it where the sun normally hits your face, a little bit across my nose here. Okay, and then I will also put it on my neck, because I feel like that just kind of connects my face, right? So I just blend it in. I'm going to do the other half of my face with the other brush. Another reason to go with cream bronzer versus a powder bronzer is they're just smoother. Okay, see how, like, what a nice pretty glow that added to my face. Now let's go the other side and use this brush. This is the blush and bronzer brush. You can also wear bronzer underneath your makeup. That's another way to wear your bronzer, is underneath. And so or you can wear it alone. If you want to have kind of like a no makeup day, but you still want to have that glow and look put together, wear your bronzer by itself. But whatever you do, don't be afraid of bronzer. I get that comment quite frequently about people being afraid of bronzer. First of all, it's cream and it blends out. So you can see, like, I put it over here and it's giving me that nice glow, but if it was too dark, you just blend it out. Don't be afraid. Cream makeup blends out so nicely that you don't need to worry about getting too much. And it's not going to give you anything but a glow. Okay, so the other way you can use it, we put it on our neck. You can also put bronzer on your chest. Like if I'm wearing a lower cut shirt, I will just put it on my chest just to kind of give me a little bit more, you know, glow below too. Okay, so if you're kind of more darker toned, you can mix this glow illuminator with your bronzer, and I'll do that on one side. I like to take this fluffier end and I have two side by side, this one, the bronzer, and this illuminator, so I can just kind of mix them together, and you can kind of just like, well, let me do this side and just swirl that on your cheeks, and then you have a little bit of illumination at the same time. And then let's add in like a lip and cheek color. So this is Tiger Lily. This is a limited edition color, but this is a cream blush color. And I think this looks really pretty mixed with that. It's a really pretty peachy tone. This is just available seasonally, so if you like it, snag it up now. Blend my contour in a little bit better too. So you can do this either way. You can put your blush on first and then put your bronzer on kind of over top of it, but you always want to hit up the high points of your face with bronzer, because that's where, kind of think about like when you're out in the sun, this is where the sun would hit my face and where I might like burn a little bit or tan a little bit. For me, it brings out my freckles a lot. Okay, so let's do that again, but with the glow illuminator over top the blush. And that just adds a little bit of shimmer and shine to your face. Now on the other side, we'll do rose gold, because rose gold is really, really pretty along with the bronzer. So mixing rose gold, and I'm going to use this end because I feel like that might just get a little bit better. And these are cream illuminators, so they're just sheer light catching illumination. See that? Like how you catch that light. It just catches the light. It'll catch somebody's eye. It just gives you more of a wow factor. And then let's add in this blush here. This is Sandstone. I'm just going to do this on this cheek. This little deeper, warmer blush. And we'll just add that on this side. You can also use bronzer on your eyes as like a quick eyeshadow if you want. So I like the smudge brush for this, and then this broader end works really good, and you just tap it in your bronzer and just put it on your eyes, your eyelids like this. I like putting it up. I think that using a bronzer on your eye really opens them up. So if you have smaller hooded eyes, I think that using a bronzer will really help open up your eye. And you can use it as a liner underneath even. You can do this with your finger too. You don't have to do it. See how pretty that looks? And you could add another eyeshadow color if you wanted. Like if I wanted to add like another softer color, I could do that like on my lid. And just add to it, and then maybe like this like very light cream color like in the corner to kind of give a little bit of a pop right in the front of your eye here. So there's so many things you can do with cream bronzer that it's definitely something you should have in your palette, and it's not something you should be afraid to use. I never ever ever put my makeup on and don't include bronzer. I feel like it's key to giving me the best glow. The makeup itself is dewy, but if you're using another kind of makeup, you don't have to be using cream foundation to use a cream bronzer. Don't feel like you have to use this cream makeup that I'm using just to use a cream bronzer. It's just going to make your skin look more hydrated. It's going to look more natural. It lasts longer as well. Like, powder is loose and it will fall off. And it's way better. And I think in a lot of people's opinions, I have read lots of places, lots of makeup artists that recommend cream bronzers over powder bronzer. So that's it. Bronzer adds to your makeup routine and adds to your face, and it just kind of makes your face just that much more dimensional, dewier, glowier, hydrated. And adding in one of these illuminators to it is also a game changer. So try that. I hope this video helped. I tried to keep it a little bit shorter and to the point. And thanks for being here. Talk to you soon.